Could Deva wondered about the story behind the largest country on Earth? Let's take a whirlwind tour through the epic history of Russia, a tale of Vikings, Tsars, and revolutions that shaped the world we live in today. Okay, our journey begins over 1,000 years ago, around the 9th century, with a group of Vikings called the Rus. They sailed down the rivers of Eastern Europe and established a state known as Kievan Rus. This was the birthplace of Russian culture, where the Eastern Orthodox faith took root and the Cyrillic alphabet was adopted. Imagine bustling trade routes connecting Scandinavia to Constantinople, all running through this nascent empire. But like many great empires, Kievan Rus eventually fragmented. Then, in the 13th century, a formidable force swept in from the east, the Mongols. For over 2 centuries, Russian principalities were under the so-called Mongol yoke, paying tribute and living under their rule. It was a tough period, but it also forged a sense of unity among the Russian people. Out of this struggle, a new power center emerged, Moscow. Led by cunning princes like Ivan the Great, Moscow began to push back against the Mongols and consolidate its power. This set the stage for one of history's most famous figures, Ivan the Terrible, who, in 1547, was crowned the first Tsar of all Russia. He expanded the empire's territory dramatically, but his reign was also marked by deep paranoia and brutal purges. Following a period of chaos, the Romanov dynasty came to power in 1613, and they would rule for over 300 years. This era saw giants like Peter the Great, who dragged Russia into the modern age, building a new capital, St. Petersburg, as a window to Europe. Later, Catherine the Great continued this legacy, expanding the empire and championing the arts and sciences during Russia's golden age. But beneath the glittering facade of the imperial court, deep social tensions were simmering. The vast majority of Russians were serfs living in poverty. This discontent erupted in 1917 with the Russian Revolution. The Romanov dynasty was overthrown, and after a brutal civil war, the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, established the Soviet Union, the world's first communist state. For the next 70 years, the Soviet Union was a global superpower, locked in a tense Cold War with the United States. It was an era of incredible scientific achievements, like launching the first satellite and human into space, but also of immense hardship and political repression. Finally, in 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved, and the Russian Federation as we know it today was born. From its Viking origins to the space race and beyond, Russia's history is a captivating story of resilience, ambition, and transformation. It's a massive topic, and we've only scratched the surface. If you enjoyed this quick dive, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical journeys.